Hello, everyone, and welcome. Um, no, the joys of the Beast Machine, and this is, um, I mean, obviously BEAST, but you often see the ST, the BEA, and then the ST is in capitals because it stands for blank slating machine. And it's what's called a Metatronic technology. In fact, it was the first of the Metatronic technologies, which we actually saw. It was developed in the Phantom Matrix. I mean, we are going back a very, very long time. It first made its way into our matrix or our universe about 570 million years ago at the end of what is called the Angelic Wars. And it was put to very, very good effect, shall we say, against the planet Gaia, which is the 7D iteration of Earth. I'll tell you about that in a moment. So, yeah, it was built out by the fallen Metatron collective. And there's a whole story to do with that. And, I'm literally, I've been writing a book that will be coming out in the next few weeks that tells you all of these stories. Um, but the Metatron collective was a Christic collective that fell. Very clever. They were very informed about Templar mechanics and all sorts of things like that. And when with the fall, they turned their attention to how they could abuse that. And the Beast Machine was the first of the many things they've come up with, and actually forms the core of almost everything else that's come since. It sort of feeds back into it. It's like this giant hub, and it's been brought down through the dimensions. It first went in at this 7D dimension, and been brought down through the dimensions. Well, it would have gone in at the 8D dimension to affect the 7D. It kind of like works on the dimension below it. So it would have gone in at 8D to work on 7D. Then that have brought it down, replicated it in 7D to work on 6D, and so on down. And the big thing at the moment has been for them to bring it into 3D and absolutely totally lock us down. But that ain't happening. But we'll come to that. So yeah, 570 million years ago, the end of the Angelic Wars, this universe was introduced to the Beast Machine, Enter the
Hmm.
Beast. Yes, and as I say, it's the beating heart of all of the Metatronic technology that they've gone on to develop effectively, and it works by twisting. It's a sort of a refraction polarization or polarization refraction lens, I think is the way it's expressed. It takes it takes light, which is obviously energy flows. It takes light and these energy flows and twists it, refracts it, uh, um, takes it off course. And we were first introduced to it when there was an attempt to take over and pull the planet Gaia, the 7D planet Gaia, into the Phantom Matrix. And they latched the beast into her fields, her energy fields, and were trying to reverse them in order to pull her into the reversed fields of the Phantom Matrix. And at the same time, Christos races, were latching on and trying to sort of desperately save her. And effectively, Gaia's energy field got split because one pulling one way, one pulling the other, and her energy field got split. And this led to obviously a deep wounding within the 7D iteration of Earth and something called the Gaian time split. So there's a phantom or a shadow element of Gaia. And again, one of the big healings that's happening at the moment is the bringing together of all of these splits, so many splits at so many levels,
Hmm.
but we are bringing these together and healing them. So yeah, well, it's this it suffocates that the beast works by suffocating the triflow, the natural triflow energies that we talked about in our last video, and it brings in the biwave energies or the Fibonacci, what we call down here the Fibonacci expression of the way energy works. So yeah, prevents the opening of the permanent seed atom, which if you watch the previous video, you'll understand what I'm talking about there. It's about locking down. And the BeaST machine, they love to tell us what they do, don't they, Felix? They
Mm,
really love to, so Revelations, the book of Revelation tells us all about the beast. And the number of the beast is 666, and 666 is the carbon atom which we are built of. So
mm,
it's taking our matter and twisting and turning it.
mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, nasty blank slating. It wipes out memory and replaces organic reality fields with artificial reality
Mm,
fields. So this is how they implant false timelines. This is how alternative reality systems are set up.
mm,
And we are then fed artificial programs to become our own warders, keep
mm,
ourselves imprisoned within, the belief systems and the agendas and the structures that they have fed to us.
mm,
They use our energy then to maintain the fields that imprison us.
mhm.
It's Machiavellian.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
real sick. The interesting thing where we're at, like I mentioned in the last video, is we're just going into the eighth field recoding as of probably in about 2 days' time. Well, I feel like it's already kind of started, to be honest.
Mm.
Um,
I think this new moon, we're on the new moon today. This new moon is a big shift point.
yeah, it's a full moon or a new moon, one of
New
the
moon.
two.
New moon.
Yeah, so this flip cycle that's happening in the field at the moment, this is basically disconnecting and detaching the old architecture and correcting the base of the information of the coding. So that coding is basically unhooking all of this old infrastructure and basically laying a new set of concrete underneath it.
Mm.
Um, so all of that has kind of lost its footing, and systematically we've gone up layer by layer by layer this year, and that has basically broken apart and taken down the layering where it's been connected into. So we've gone through the lower levels of it and started to pull it out from those ones, and now we're working up to the heart core of it. And then in the next field, the ninth field, we're going to be taking out the actual control point of it.
Yeah, which is
So
it's called Kronos, the control point.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
these
what
names.
yeah, one big part of the beast becoming undone is how much it wiped the memory, the consciousness, the and damaged the morphogenetic field.
Mm,
So all of this is coming up for review, and I think I mentioned in the last video that I was kind of taken up really high into the God worlds.
mm.
Well, the the antidote I was taken into for this was actually a field called the ear, and I'm going to just share an image with you from Saira's book, maybe. I think so.
It's in there. It's in there.
Yeah. So this is the Omniverse appendix. So we're somewhere down here, just in one of these Vecca quadrants where our universe sits. Now, if you go up through the Vecca Echoes or the God World corridors, and then you go into the A's, the R's, the R, the A, and then above that, you get into the ear. The ear is where I was taken to for the what I'm kind of calling remembrance codes at the moment, and I'm still decompressing um, what it's doing and the architecture of it. But it's basically rehabilitating and rebuilding the where the architecture was kind of put in place and the damage that was put into place. It's printing back in like a pre light pre wave existence of what should have been there in the first place or what was kind of taken out. And that ear field, these remembrance codes, they feel it, it's like the idea of what the universe should be before
Mm.
it's actually brought into any form of creation. So it's the concept of it that's being projected into that space and just working to kind of pad out and build the areas where the morphogenetics was damaged.
Mm.
So we're kind of down here, we kind of know what the idea is because we're living in the idea. But
Yeah.
up there, it's like the concept of the idea, the concept of the manifestation.
It starts as a spark of inspiration, doesn't it? Which
Right,
becomes a vision or a dream or whatever you want to call it. And the
right.
energy of that becomes more and more concrete as it works its way down into creation. Mm.
Exactly, yeah. So it's like a pre manifest
Yeah.
manifest form that is basically being projected back in. So we've got the architecture, we've got the idea, we've got the concept of it coming in, and then what we're doing down here is just rehabilitating, rebuilding, and pulling things into alignment to start stabilizing parts of our own environment that have been
Yeah.
affected and impacted by that.
It's
And
like we've
that's
had
also building.
cowboy builders in, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's been this wonderful divine blueprint, template, set of plans, whatever you want to call it. And these cowboy builders have come in, totally ignored the plans and kind of done their own thing and absolutely wrecked the joint. And now we're trying to, we're kind of saying to them, enough, no more, kicked them out.
Mm,
And it's back now to, you know, here's the true set of plans. Here's what
hmm
we're building on, and what do we need to do to get back to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of this information is basically padding itself out. It's rewiring, reworking itself, and basically realigning all of these kind of pathways where the source fields were kind of coming in. But obviously, we've still got layerings of work to do for ourselves. And then gradually, with all of this field recode and the architecture coming in, the idea of the architecture coming in from the pre-wave, that's syncing up and putting back into place. And I feel like over the next 5, 10 years, we're going to really start to see quite big change, which then
Yeah.
I feel like will probably take us into that 2035 timeline of the fall of the Iron Curtain,
Yeah.
which I might be talking about in my energy update if I can get more information on it.
Mm.
I will. I need to look at that to be fair. So yeah, what we'll see is the gradual reclaiming of our universe, our world,
Yeah.
leading up through 2035. So yeah.
I think the major question some people have is, well, if this could be done now, why couldn't it have been done, millions of years ago before we got to the
hmm
state that we're in, sort of thing.
hmm
Um, and the reality of that is that what has happened here, there's partly, I mean, I do explain it in the book I've just written. I go into a lot more detail about why effectively what's been happening has been run with up till the point we're at now.
Mm,
It's around redemption. It's around leaving the doorway open for fallen creatures, those who have chosen the fallen path, or not all have chosen it. It has to be said, there's a lot of races who were taken down against their will.
mm,
And so the ability for them and taken into the phantom matrix energies, or like us down here in a semi-fallen state in the bi-wave energies that we've existed within, it's like it's giving the chance for all of those souls to be rescued, who wish to be rescued, who wish to come back and reconnect
mm,
into the tri-wave. You could have run in these frequencies a lot earlier, cut the whole phantom matrix and the phantom constructs off from this matrix to keep, but
mm,
everything that was involuntarily fallen as well as voluntarily fallen would have been lost in that. So the
mm,
doorways have been kept open up until the last possible moment. Now, we're at the last possible moment because the workings of the beast and things like that were at the point where they would have taken the whole time matrix down,
mm,
that the damage was that bad. So it's the point of no return, and that's the point the doorway has to close.
mm,
And the redemptive energies come in to restore and correct.
yeah.
So it talks about the love, creator, source, God, whatever word you want to use. It talks about the love that the creator has for his creation, all levels of it, not just us goody two shoes,
Mm,
but the fallen
absolutely. Yeah.
ones as well. every aspect of creation is loved, fallen or otherwise, and every aspect of creation has been offered the chance of redemption. But when it gets to the point where it's going to kill the whole creation, that cannot be allowed any longer. So
Yeah.
that's the cutoff point. Yeah. But it's a question, why does God allow these things? Yeah. It to a degree it answers that. It's because actually in saving us from where we've been here, it would have prevented, over thousands of years now, it would have prevented the saving of so many lost souls who wanted rescuing.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
really well said. Nice one. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. It's been lovely to share this with you again. And thank you, Saira, for that wonderful bit of wisdom there. It's really great.
No worries.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.